Centuries of spiritual gurus have spread and perfected the practice of yoga, but has the American obsession with physical culture pushed yoga too far past its roots? In 400 BCE, Patanjali wrote the Yoga Sutras. For the first time, long-standing spiritual and physical practices were recorded in an organized way, giving birth to the system of yoga, a way of life based on 8 principles called the 8 limbs. These form the foundation of what to do and not do in order to walk the yogic path and achieve liberation from the earthly cycle of suffering. Yoga's core principles include non-harming, self-study and contentment, pose, breath, withdrawal of the senses, focus, meditation, and oneness with the divine. Contrary to what some American practitioners assume, pose is only one small part of yoga, meant to quiet the body in order to open the mind to spiritual enlightenment. The physical poses, or asanas, have taken on a major role in the American yoga culture. The best example of the shifting priorities in American yoga may be the trend of hot yoga. Hot yoga originated in the 1970s when Bikram Chaudhuri began teaching his strenuous series of 26 postures practiced in a room at 105 degrees. The increased heat allows for increased flexibility and faster weight loss, but may come with certain dangers, including the sacrifice of the principles lying at the root of yoga.
Our focus really is Hatha yoga, which means the physical yoga.
I've always been an athlete and I like to sweat, so I like the movement, the heat. I feel like it opens up my muscles.
Honestly, it's tougher for your stamina and your mind.
It's more intense, more invigorating, more effort on push.
I think probably hot yoga is better cardio because you're sweating and I feel like you're moving around more.
Because it seems more strenuous on your body, I mean, it probably does more for you strength-wise. And
first 25 days, 25 lessons, you can lose 25 pounds.
I actually feel a lot more accomplished after a hot yoga class, just because I feel like you can feel your body more.
I think that hot yoga, I feel even more like, I don't know, refreshed after it, just because I feel like I work even harder in it.
I think that hot yoga and what is taught in many studios across the United States is not really yoga. It is the Hatha branch of it. It's an asana practice.
When you are 20 pounds overweight, I cannot tell you you are in good shape. I got to tell you you have 20 pounds overweight on your face, and you have to lose it from tomorrow. No lunch, no breakfast, and half a sandwich dinner.
It's great if you have maybe a more intermediate practice.
I was sweating so much that I was, focusing on trying to wipe my sweat and not slip on the mat.
I think in the hot yoga I'm too worried about how much I'm sweating. It's the truth. Then I need some water. I need to change my clothes.
When I was in hot yoga, I had a harder time meditating because I focused on other people more.
Some people get a little aggravated by the heat. Pitta, if you're a little pitta, the heat can kind of aggravate your pitta personality, which means you might be a little more agitated or anxious.
You're focusing more on your strength and being able to clear your mind. So it's kind of distracting from my breathing and my concentration.
An asana practice jacks your nervous system up, that energy thing, and a true pranayama practice settles the nervous system. A big part of our practice is to be non-judgmental,
right.
So your outfit has nothing to do with it. And your outfit has nothing to do with it, as well as mastering some crazy pose.
If you think I'm insulting you, it's your problem, and I don't care.
I really liked the hot yoga class.
It's the physical part of yoga, and that's not the whole thing. It's much more complex than that.
I love yoga. I feel like it makes me feel more peaceful and energized at the same time. So it's a really good mix of just feeling, I just feel more confident when I do yoga and more flexible, and I just feel like there's a lot of just great pluses about yoga that a lot of people don't.
I think that your success in yoga is determined by your inward awareness.
I think that yoga looks different for a lot of different people, but it's so amazing because no matter what your religious background or your individual state is, it can take you to a place where you can can relax and you can find peace within yourself. And I think it's a really good place to meditate and think. And oftentimes we don't do that, or we don't really do that enough, I think.
There's one destination, but many paths.
I'm not worried about other things. I'm only worried about the actual yoga class.
As a way of life. It's not, when I came to yoga, it was all about the physical, which most people, that's how they come to it. But as I've aged, I've found many other benefits of yoga. For most folks, we come for one reason. We have an injury, we want to get strong, we want to lose weight, we can't sleep or not at night. For me, the physical's great, but the mental and the emotional piece have been much greater. We tend to judge ourselves, right? So you have to stop that judgment within yourself, and then you'll be able to do it with others as well. So it's like, that same thing is we're all going in the same direction. But for some of us, the asana practice is how we get there. For other people, it's devotional, bhakti yoga. For some people, it's study, jnana yoga. So that, it's what your personality is and what you're drawn to, even though we're all going to the same place.